Hello, dear. It's Iragis again, and I have one thought, very important for every person who wants to be happy. So all of us regularly get the memories option on social media. So on Facebook, on Instagram, you get those reminding sections about your past. What were you doing? How were you looking? You can check it out by browsing the history of the same day some years ago or 1 year ago. So this feature helps you to analyze what you do with your life. So if people want to see, if they're wondering if there is progress in their understanding of life and people and who they are, and if they are on the right path, and if they're satisfied with their life decisions, such memories option is very valuable because it shows you how you looked, the mimics of your face, how you were dressed, what you believed in. Because if you are very attentive, you can make many conclusions from checking those memories which are available. So what I understood after hundreds of such days of memories being analyzed, I discovered one very important thing which I want to share with you now. So all of us have history of past full of traumas. What trauma means? It means that you don't get what you expected. That's it. It's a very traumatic place to live on this earth. People don't do what you want. They don't fulfill their promises. Or sometimes they even don't want to go that far and promise you something which would be logical. So it's classical thing to be hurt, to feel hurted, to feel misunderstood, to feel not being treated fairly or honestly. We all know it perfectly well because that's what life on this planet is, right? And no matter what experiences with what people you had to go through and how much they treated you wrong and how many wounds you ended up having, when you analyze all those memories, in my experience, when I look at those days when I was pleasing others, I was running after other people, I was trying to be funny, I was laughing like crazy, I was smiling too much, making up wrinkles on my beautiful face. You see, you hear the energy and the character of this message. So I was trying to please others. So all those days were shit. All those hours and days were shit. They were useless. They meant wasting my life, wasting my time. And also it's quite dangerous because the longer you behave like a clown, pleasing others, expecting something which they never wanted to give you, and it's yet another chapter of ego, how it works. The more you are easy, the more you are giving, the less the opposite side wants to please you. It's a whole different subject, which I've been learning since I remember myself. Because clearly, if you want to be happy, you must understand what makes people do what they do, what makes people behave the way they behave, to think the way they think, so how they perceive you. These things need to be learned and understood if you don't want to suffer, or if you want to significantly decrease the amount of suffering in this crazy life. So my conclusion is following. All days and all my there's a sun all day, all night, so all those days, all those hours when I was pleasing others, I didn't look my best. Obviously I didn't feel my best, because if you live waiting for other people's behavior, you are not at your peak state. You are far from it. You are in very shaky position. You depend on that person, how they look at you, how they react at you. Did they write you on Facebook? Did they call you? It's not life, it's hell. And naturally, your focus shifts from your life to the life of that person. And the more it's shifted, the less you are valuable. And sometimes they even openly laugh at you. It's also a question about unfulfilled love, friendship, and all this bullshit which happens. if you shift the focus of your attention from yourself onto other people, when they become more important to you than you are to yourself. And of course, it's all being encouraged, widely encouraged by books, movies, religions, all kinds of teachings that you have to put other people first and you have to serve others. It's a very dangerous thing. Because even if you think about the advice from the Bible, that you have to love others the same way you love yourself. So if you don't love yourself enough, your love for others will be shitty. It will be of a very questionable quality. So you better start learning how to fucking love yourself first. And then the quality of your love for others will automatically be better and higher as well. So the conclusion I'm sharing with here now is that no matter how many years of life you spent trying to please others and trying to make them do for you what you desperately wanted them to do for you, or show for you, or at least lie to you and pretend that they feel it for you. It's all bullshit, it's all for nothing, it's all wasted time, and it's dangerous because the longer you feel weak, the more your brain fixes it as a normal state. That you are weak, you depend on others' opinion, you are nothing, you are a wreck. Literally, you are just don't know how to compare it, with what to compare it. It's just miserable state. So, the moments when no matter how traumatic this life was, and it's always traumatic, especially if you're pleasing others in the first place. So you can please others, you can serve others when you're at your workplace, for sure. That's your work, you're being paid for it. But why should you remain living in a state of putting others first after work hours? Why? So when are you going to put yourself first? And people get used to having you in their lives as someone who never says no. It's very convenient, you know? It's also ego boosting for them. And they will never see any problem in it, because the problem is always felt by the victim, by someone who is not duly respected and rewarded. That's the universal truth, the universal law. Those who use you don't see the problem. You have to see the problem yourself. If you don't feel good, if you don't feel fairly treated, you have to do something about it. So, again, while analyzing all those memories, I come to the conclusion that whenever I was doing something for myself, meaning dressed in my favorite clothes, the best clothes I have, doing makeup, combing my hair, making nails, reading the books which I always wanted to read but never finished. No matter what you love to do, cooking, stretching on yoga mat, cleaning your life from those things which don't inspire you. It's also a very, very big and important subject. If in your room there are things which, when you look at them, they take your energy away and make you feel discouraged to live, you have to get rid of those things. Dust collectors. My mother calls them dust collectors. All those souvenirs, if they are coming from people who did trauma to you in your life, why are you collecting this shit? Get rid of it. So, every memory which shows me in glory, in full glory, so meaning when I did something for me, for myself, I never regret it. I want to say, good girl, congratulations, yes, well done. So I'm always proud of myself, no matter how many years ago it happened. When I did something for myself, it's everlasting effect, it's everlasting result. I'm always proud of myself, and I feel always that it was a good thing to do, it was the right thing to do. It was 100% valid, and it paid off. Investment which always pays off is in doing something for yourself. when you invest your time, expectations, energy, resources into other people, almost always you end up being disappointed, being sucked of your energy. Sorry, but it's true. So what's the conclusion of this observation? If you're really tired of being weak and less happy than you always wanted to, just start doing for yourself more. And no one will support you in this decision, because people like you to have as their servant as their slave if you want. It's very convenient, as I mentioned before. It's not it pays off for them, and you put their interest first and your interest second. Of course they will start having complaints. Of course they will be provoking you and asking you, what are you doing? What happened? You were always pleasing me, now you stopped. Are you crazy? So get used to it, because happiness doesn't come accidental. So analyze your memories, because it's a very good tool. I'm wondering, I'm curious to know your own conclusions from this experience of analyzing memories. Maybe you have other observations. I would love to hear them. I would love to know what you understood for yourself, what your recipes for happiness are. Because if you don't do nothing in this direction, nothing will change. Should just think about it one more time. Every second in your life, when no matter how you were hurting, how you felt pain of all kinds, no matter what, you did something for yourself. It reminds me of an interview with Chantal, where when I met her and we were talking, she said that she bought a very beautiful piece of clothes on that day, such pink, cool, from Lululemon blouse, or that wasn't sweatshirt, very, very beautiful piece of clothes she bought for herself, and she said that she felt a bit how to say, I don't know such words because I don't feel it. I got rid of this unproductive emotions, guilty that so much money spent on herself. But you know what? When the time goes, one decision of doing something for yourself, every moment you think about it, and especially every moment you look at the photo taken on that day, you will be proud for yourself. You will automatically send the signal to your brain that you are worthy of all the best. You deserve all the best. So your strength will be increasing. And every moment when you live pleasing others, you can pack up and throw away to the dustbin. And sometimes, not sometimes, most often, for years and decades of their life, people live hoping for other people's mercy, and they never get it. So in this case, tens of years, decades of years, you can throw away to the dustbin. That's a bit alarming. Not surprising, it's alarming and shocking. Because it doesn't only mean lost chances for feeling more happiness and for building the foundation of self-respect and sending clear message, strong message, repetitive message to your brain that you deserve the best. It also automatically means years of suffering, years of feeling like a victim on this earth. So we should do all we could think of to reduce the suffering. That's what I strongly believe in, and it's a lasting effect always, and it's investment in all the best things you can think of, in all inspiring things you can think of. It's the best investment in your future. So think twice what you do with your time. In order not to be crying on the deathbed. I like radical comparisons, but because they are the most effective ones, they always work. They help imagination to show you the thoughts which have to be understood. So yeah, let me know. Please let me know what you think about it. And if you also had such experience of clearly seeing that it always pays off to do something for yourself. It was Iragis. See you soon.